Let's go out to Ypsilanti, Michigan, and talk to Chase. What's up, Chase?
Not much. Just living the dream. How about yourself?
Do y'all dream in Ypsilanti?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. We all dream in Ypsilanti. What's up, dude?
Well, first off, just big thank you. I appreciate all that you and your team do. You guys are a big blessing to so many people, and it's a privilege to be on the show. So
I appreciate it. I do most of the work. The team kind of just... That's not true. They all look at me like, oh, really? We can turn this off right now. Yeah,
you win as a team, right?
It's 90. Well, I lose by myself. We all win as a team. It's about 98% them, 2% me for sure. So what's up, dude?
So the question I want to bring to you is, so how can I rebuild healthy habits and routines that I fumbled since COVID started and have lacked the motivation to return to?
Tell me about it.
As a bit of backstory, so in 2019, I started grad school, and when COVID lockdown happened, obviously I was in the middle of my second semester.
Oh, geez.
And with that, with everything moving online, like I lost the intentionality I had with like healthy eating and with exercise, and it resulted in me gaining 60 pounds. And I've still kind of had a tough time returning to some of those healthy habits. Like, and even with my career being online, I wake up 5 minutes before my day at work starts, and still like I'm still kind of on this rebuilding path here. But like, and as another thing on top of that, my wife and I had a baby who's 5 months old now, and she's the light of my life. Couldn't be happier. But also, with a baby, that also makes it a little bit more difficult to feel like I can break away and do things like exercise. And it's really important to me that I want to be a good example of healthy decisions and healthy habits to my baby and to all the others that we have. And so, like, it's important to me to want to rebuild some of those habits that I lost because I've been struggling with the motivation to get back on the horse.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, thanks for the call, and I'm proud of you for catching this, right? And you're doing what most people don't do is, like, the smoke is kind of clearing. This is your new life. You work from home. The last few years have been chaotic. You've been married. You have a kid. So one of these years was your wife being pregnant and y'all dreaming and then you working and all that. So, but I'm proud of you, dude, for going up to the top of the hill and looking over the clouds and the smoke and going, okay, I get to decide what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's tough. And I know it's like, oh, dude, bro. And then David Goggins is like, who's going to carry the boats? And you're like, what? Like, so I'm proud of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk through a few things and kind of dig in a little bit. Is that okay?
For sure.
And
yes,
then I'll give you some tactical things.
Okay.
Thing number one, hard question.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you like Chase?
That is a hard question.
But you know the answer. Why don't you like Chase?
I think that it's like I
Hold on.
I've struggled.
Hold on. You don't like Chase.
Yeah.
Why? You're good at not answering that question because you're very, very kind and you're very smart. Why don't you like Chase?
I don't like that Chase is overweight and that he's not doing enough to correct that issue.
Okay. What's beneath that?
I would say like some shame, I guess, that I can't seem to keep a regular exercise routine, that I can't, put my foot down when it comes to the things that I eat, and to kind of take the reins on those decisions. That's something that I struggle with, and I think that builds some shame.
Yeah. But what about the shame beneath that? Here's the signal you gave me that there's something else. I think those things are important. I've experienced both of those myself. And I think those are signals. Those are lights on the dashboard of a more challenging issue. You are sleeping your life away.
Mm-hmm.
You're distracting. You're avoiding your own life. Why are you building a life? Why have you inadvertently, unintentionally built a life where Chase can avoid Chase? You sleep right up until the moment that you got to work. You work from home all the way up until you get done with that. You love that little baby until she has to go back to mom, because 5-month-old babies don't really give a crap about their dad, except they kind of do nervous system wise, but not in reality. And then you either have a beer or you sit on and you and your wife eat together, and that's your romantic time. So of course your body brings you back. That's the only connection point you have with your wife anymore is meals. And then you either watch a TV show or you just go to bed. Fair?
That's fair.
So you've built a life, and this isn't on purpose. Your body, in an effort to protect you, has built a life where you don't have to deal with chase. That's why underneath the weight gain, underneath the lack of motivation, underneath the lack of discipline, there's this ticker tape running under the story of your life, under the movie of your life that says chase kind of sucks. What is that?
I'm not sure. Like, I feel like it could be like maybe the hopes and dreams that I have for myself in terms of personal development that I'm not attaining. I don't know, like, because like we're relatively new to this area. We're nowhere near family,
Okay.
and so like it's tough to build friends, and since I'm not hanging out with a lot of people, and my wife works sometimes and stuff, and so I'm like, I feel stuck at home. And
What's a different word for that? What's a word that men don't say out loud? I'll say it. Sounds like you're lonely, man.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing well financially? Was this a good move for you?
Yeah, I mean, we're very blessed financially. We just became debt free last month, so financially we're doing great.
Was there a sense that when I made X dollars and I got job Y that I would feel a certain way? And it's dawning on you after grad school, after you're starting this work from home job, that you went with you?
I think that like the discrepancy in like the mental picture is socially and tying back to that loneliness you mentioned, I guess, because like working from home, you don't build many in-person relationships. You don't have like a built-in kind of friend network like at work. And then I get home and, I'm with the two people in my life who I love the most, but also like I don't have anybody else to like just pick up and say, hey, let's go do X activity together or something like that. Like, and so I can see where that loneliness ties into that too.
Cool. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to stop waiting on motivation. Here's the weird lie about motivation that, well, I'll just reverse engineer it. You do a bunch of stuff over a period of time that you don't like doing. And then you see some results from it. And then you begin to feel a different way. You begin to feel good. And then your body says, let's do more of that. And so strangely, we often wait for motivation to do a thing. We wait for motivation to change our sex life. We wait for motivation to be nicer to our wife or to be a better wife to our husband. Like, I'm going to, when he starts doing this, then I'm going to start doing, instead of just hammering it, making it a discipline issue versus a motivation issue. The motivation comes. It always does, but it wanes. It goes up and it goes down and whatever. So I've had to learn the hard way. Motivation gets 0 votes in my life. None. 0. I love it when it shows up because it makes what I'm trying to do easier, whether I'm writing or whether I'm trying to be a better husband or I'm plugging in with my kids or trying to take care of my health. But most of the time, it doesn't show up. Most of the time, it's just annoying, right? So it gets literally 0 votes in my life. The second thing is, you probably heard me say this on the show a lot from a personal conversation I had with Sal DiStefano from Mind Pump. You cannot shame or hate your body into better shape. He told me this privately, and it was so profound for me. After a second PhD, I had all this psychology, all this whatever, and I'd sat with a number of hurting people, and no one had ever communicated this in the way that he did. He said, if you go to the gym or try to not eat a piece of cake one time because you think I'm fat and gross and I don't want to be fat and gross, you will always run out of steam because you can't shame or hate your way into anything productive, period. He said, if you flip it around and wake up every day and practice saying, I love myself enough to be a good husband and a good dad, and I love myself enough that I get 1 hour. I'm so lucky that I get to get up today, that I was on the wake-up roll cosmically. I'm so lucky that that little girl got me as a dad. I get an hour. I get to invest an hour in me because I'm worth that. And he said, if you flip that around and you make it a stewardship issue versus a not being so disgusting issue, dude, you can go forever.
Okay.
If you invest money, if you save money, and you hate every second of saving, you're not going to save very long. If you save money with the intent of your grandkids smiling through their tears after your funeral when they see the inheritance, dude, that's a whole other ball game, right?
Yeah.
It's just a different way to look at it. Here's the third thing. You are going to have to do the opposite of what most people do. The greatest gift you can give your daughter right now is not 24/7, 365 access to her dad. The greatest gift you can give your daughter is you to go make some friends. The greatest gift you can give your daughter is to go to the gym. And normally I tell people to get a gym at their house. I think you need the opposite. I think you need to go somewhere and probably start going to a couple of classes.
Okay.
And I'm not even into classes. I think this is just an easy way for you to be accountable for a season. And you're going to show up and you're going to start seeing some of the same faces. And I want you to go be weird. Because part of you, or a big part of you, is going to want to hide. I'm 60 pounds overweight. I'm an embarrassment. I jiggle when I jump. I don't look right. You see what I'm saying? But you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
You're going to go, hey, what's up, man? My name's Chase. And they're going to go, awesome. Good to see you. Dude, you are kicking butt in here. You are too, man. Sweet. And you're just going to go be weird. I wish there was another way to do it, dude. There's just not. But you've got to make decisions to be away from your home instead of always there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And I hate that for you. And if you don't want to take classes and just go lift weights, that's fine. Another thing you can do is just put your daughter in a stroller and take her for walks around the neighborhood during breaks at work. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, and especially on days where my wife works. She's a nurse and she works like from afternoon to late at night, and so I'll usually take her on walks. Usually the days that she works, and then I kind of lose that when she's at home because we're all together and things get distracting. But yeah, I'm intentional about walks when my wife's at work.
Let's change that language. You allow things to get distracting.
Mm-hmm.
But when your wife gets home, y'all can all three go for a walk. And I know it because I did it, even when I was exhausted. Me and my wife and my son. Me and my wife and my daughter. That's not the same as a weightlifting exercise, like season, but it's something. And it kind of brings you and your wife back together instead of just in front of the TV. Most couples spend most of their together time in front of a television set. Right? And that's not real intimacy. Okay. It's just proximal. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook you up with a couple things. Number one, I'm going to hook you up with the weight loss app that I use. My friend, Dr. Lane Norton, it's the best one in the business. It's called Carbon. It's what I use every single day of my life. Okay? Andy Huberman uses it like it's what people use. It's incredible. And I'm going to give it to you for a year. Okay? Hang on the line here, and we're going to get you set up. The other thing I'm going to give you is my friends at Mind Pump will give you any of their workouts that you would like. Any of them. Again, they're workouts that I use. I give to my personal friends, okay? And you can go through it and pick it, and I think it would be excellent, excellent, excellent. The third thing is do you have Instagram?
No, sir.
Okay. I can't believe I'm recommending this, but I want you, actually don't do it. Don't do it. But I want you to go on YouTube, and I want you to follow my friend Jordan Syatt, Syatt. He makes funny videos, and he does swear a lot, so you're going to have to just shake that off. Probably don't watch it in front of your kid. But he is A great human being, B, one of the most knowledgeable guys in the industry, and he has made some videos, dude, and I just am privileged to rub shoulders with some of the smartest guys in the industry who I have their personal cell number. I call them and they walk me through things, and he has made some videos that is just like a light bulb for me. Okay? And so I want you to follow him. Jordan, Syatt. Those three, that gang, the Mind Pump guys, Dr. Norton and Jordan Syatt, will give you the tools both on a daily basis with Jordan's videos, the actual tools for Dr. Norton's Carbon app, and the Mind Pump guys. And listen, I have no financial affiliation with these dudes. I don't get one penny from anything. I'm just telling you, this is what I use in my house. As a guy who struggled with my weight, struggled with shame, struggled with even knowing if I'm hungry or not, but my body just eats when I get stressed, to seeing a little baby that I love more than life itself, but I don't know what I'm doing, and I get scared, right? That shame. My wife seems to just know how to do all this stuff, and I don't know how to do any of it, and so I just hide. Except you don't have an office to go to. You have another room, which makes it weird, right?
Right. Well, and thank you. That's all very generous. I appreciate that.
Well, here's the deal. I want you, the only thing I ask in return is in 30 days, I want you to have actually used this stuff, and in 30 days, I want you to write me back and let me know where you are.
Okay.
And the scale is just a part of that. The scale is just going to be reflective of, it's the dashboard for Chase has decided he's worth living a better life. He's worth feeling really good. He's worth sleeping really good. He's worth not snoring anymore. He's worth modeling in front of his kids. And by the way, if you don't want to go, if you'd rather work out at home and model that for your kid, awesome. I personally think the 5 months to a year, I think you're good going for 6 months to a gym, meeting new people, seeing how things go. Even if you find a trustworthy personal trainer that's going to show up that you're going to have to pay for, I think that's worth it. If it's a personal trainer clown, and the Mind Pump guys have some good things you can Google about what's a good trainer or not. There's clowns out there, but there's clowns in every industry. Also some really amazing folks. But give yourself the accountability, but go out and make community. Invite people from your local church, invite people from the gym, you have your wife invite some of her nursing friends and their husbands over. Go be intentionally weird. This is me telling you to stop smoking, except I'm going to tell you stop doing loneliness. Stop being alone. And I wish there was an easy path forward. There's just not. You just got to go. It's hard, and you got to go be weird. But meta lesson, people listening to this, don't wait for motivation. It will not show up. It won't show up. Or it might, like a bolt of lightning, and then it goes away. Lean on discipline. Lean on a choice that I'm going to tell myself the truth because I am trustworthy. And I'm going to get up every day and make a choice to move my body. I'm going to get up every day and make a choice to plug in with my wife and say, how can I love you today? I'm going to wake up every day and hold that baby's face and just look directly into its eyes. I'm going to wake up every day and decide I'm going to eat right. Make those choices. Don't wait on motivation. You got this, Chase. Thanks for your call.